Hello, Vengeance. How are you doing today? Hello, Vamp. How are you doing today? Hello, Blue Flock. Hello, Sean. Oh, by the way, just a heads up, Sean, I got your video. I got the pieces already together. I've been working on it for like the past hour while installing today's mystery stream game after this stream. So I would say give it me about an hour and a half after the mystery stream, and your video should be up. But yeah, I had to re-record it this morning. Had some problems with the computer, and I got the necessary parts together. Had to work on some of the audio, find the right parts, find the games because some of them I actually had, and I had to find them in storage here. So yeah, I said it'll be up today, guaranteed. I thought you would send a party chat. What do you mean? Oh yeah, and Jackie boy, your video too. That same thing. It'll be out later today. I got both of them mainly done. I just gotta put the pieces together in editing, and then they'll be ready. So don't worry. Give you a hint. Okay. Well, you'll hear about it later today in one of the videos. That's the only hint you'll need. Hello, Daniel. Have I seen the new trailer for Star Wars Outlaws? Yeah, I saw it. I'm not gonna play it. Not interested. That game just does not look interesting to me or fun. So, yeah, I saw it, and I will not be playing it. Okay. What? Transformers game? Oh dear. Um, Maybe. Have I heard about the Dan? Yeah, Vamp. I heard. It's weird. It kind of makes you question a lot of things. I was about to send you a party chat when I text you on PlayStation 5. Oh, was I talking? Oh no, I was. Oh no, I was off and had to get off. I apologize. Thoughts on Cody finally beating Roman? Well, we all knew that was going to happen. I mean, it's nice it finally happened, but heck, we all knew it was going to happen. You damn sure couldn't drag that out another year. You don't have Cody win the Royal Rumble 2 times in a row to have him lose, and you certainly do not have bloodline rules so that all this interference. Like we all knew that happened. The only thing that didn't happen that we were expecting was instead of the Undertaker, we were all expecting Stone Cold. Like everything happened. First, Jay took out Jimmy, Cena took out Solo. We were expecting Stone Cold to take out The Rock. That didn't happen. It was weird seeing Undertaker there, but it's okay. Yeah, it was fine. It was scripted to have has its end. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, every script has an end. I said last week that Linkin Park might continue with a new singer. Turns out it might be a female singer. I look. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't. I really don't think it's good. Look, I'm saying. Look, I said last week. Like, look. By the time Chester Bennington had passed away, Linkin Park was at an all-time low. So I don't think adding a new singer, whether it was male or female, I just don't think that's gonna help at this stage in time. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, even if they went with a female singer, what are you gonna have her perform all the old classics? That's gonna sound weird. So, I mean, unless this is a publicity stunt, I really don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong, Linkin Park will always be my favorite band of all time. But like at this point, I'm like, if they never make another album again, I'd be perfectly fine with that because their last album was garbage. I mean, where do you go from there? Oh God. Oh God, Sean, no versus questions, no fighting questions. If I see a fighting question, I'm just gonna ignore it. So why do I think the next game I'm looking forward to following Stellar Blade might be Star Wars Atlas? No, it's not going to be Star Wars Atlas. I don't have any more games planned for the year. It's Stellar Blade, and that's it for me for the year. I've looked ahead. Nothing's been announced, and I don't see anything coming out for the rest of the year past Stellar Blade that I'm excited to play. So, my gaming season is going to end at the end of this month. Then I'll probably try to, I don't know, maybe start doing some retro game reviews. Why can't you give BioShock 1 a 10 out of 10? Because I think BioShock 2 is better. It's not a 10. I think 2 is a better game overall, personally. Have I listened to Livingston yet? No, I have not. Apparently, Roman was supposed to. That would have been stupid. He wants to hold to Hulk Hogan. What does that give him? Nothing. You couldn't drag that out a whole year, another year. That was not going to work. Brian, there will be a replacement for a Red Sonja movie, Avengers, like movie calls. I'm not a fan. I don't know what that means. You make me laugh really hard from the stream on Wednesday. Okay. I mean, I'm not a funny guy, but I'm glad you had fun. You need it. It's awesome. You know what? I'm sick of squinting. Do you guys mind if I wear my glasses? And my problem, I don't like wearing my glasses on camera. Which is why you never see me wear them when I record video, because I'm afraid of the glare. But I can kind of see them, but I have to squint, and that's just embarrassing. Like right now, I normally wear glasses, but the glare. If that doesn't bother you, then I'll keep them on. But I typically don't like wearing my glasses on camera. Einstein could be painful. Who knows, Black Wolf? Who knows? Do a tier list of Metal Gear Solid 3 guns. Nah, that doesn't really sound too fun to me. I mean, not really. The Blades of Chaos, the joke about remaking Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I somewhat agree, Vamp. I somewhat agree. Hybrid Theory, Meteora, and half of Minutes to Midnight. I like Minutes to Midnight, and I like The Hunting Party. And, there are a couple. I think I can listen to all the albums before One More Light, and I think they're fine. They kind of steadily declined, and Hunting Party kind of went old school. But by that point, it was just it's a little too late. Fun fact, the 1999 South Park movie couldn't use 400 swear words, or it would be rated R. They used 399, and it still holds the record for the most swear words in an animated movie. Wow, Jackie Boy, I didn't know that, but okay, that's cool. You think I look cool with my glasses on? I don't. I don't. If I made enough money, I would have gotten LASIK surgery. I would have gotten laser done years ago. You think Dark Clyde, pronounced Dark Child, the Witchblade would be interesting choice for a movie adaptation? I don't know what either of those are, so I can't really say. Sean wants to know, how would I describe Final Fantasy VI in 2 words? A classic. That's how I would describe it. Is South Park Snow Day really that bad? I mean, it's not a bad game in concept, but it's just it's short. The humor is not to the standard we're used to. It's incredibly toned down. And at least for me on PlayStation 5, I mean, the fact that they force you to play it with 4 players, whether it's 4 other players or 4 bots. But for me, the network would never work. And so it was never fun to play with bots. And I only could connect to 4 other players 2 times. And when I was playing with 4 other players, it was fun. But a network 95% of the time wouldn't work. So you forced me to play this game with 4 players, and you can't even get that part of your network working. At least on PlayStation 5. I don't know how it was on other people, and it was not working for me. Who's sexier between Miranda and Liara? Well, Miranda has a better ass, but I think Liara is more of an intellectual. So that's why I typically would pick Liara. I think I could have a much more deep conversation with her. Miranda, it's like, who do you date and who do you marry? I would date Miranda. I would marry Liara. Do you like Mountain Dew? Yeah, I like Mountain Dew. I don't like to drink it very often, but it's okay. What's my favorite soda? That would be Pepsi. What's my favorite South Park game in Paramount Special so far? South Park game would be Fractured Butthole. Special. You mean South Park Special? I don't know. I can't think of a particular special I thought was my favorite. To be fair. Well, Vengeance Dab. That was the problem with that South Park game. That the network just wasn't working. Witchblade is a comic about an NYPD officer. I've heard of Witchblade, but I'm like I like my sister was into that, but like I'm not interested in that. Who was my favorite character in Final Fantasy VI? Ooh, Edgar. Edgar's my favorite. Followed closely by Saban, then Terra, then Lockett, then Sarah, and a few other characters past that. Mine is Klefka. Fully understandable. Favorite non-human Final Fantasy character hybrids like hybrids? Oh, non-human Final Fantasy character? Kamari. I would say Kamari. Ronso. Yeah. Black Wolf, you would rather play City of Heroes DC Online than play South Park game. Dang, that's sad. We have the same opinion. What's my favorite weapon in BioShock? Probably the shotgun. Sorry, Fat Thumbs. Favorite non-human Final Fantasy character hybrids? Okay, well then, yeah, that's still Kamari. The Big Blue Lion is pretty cool. What Big Blue Lion? Oh, he's not. Oh, Kamari. Kamari is not a lion, Jackie boy. He's a Ronso. There's a big difference. He's way scarier than a lion. He's got a spear. Which part of Resident Evil 4 scares me the most? The bug hive. Even to this day, because it's the buzzing. I hate bugs. Like, I literally saw two moths. I think it was like 3 days ago, and I literally freaked out. But it was like 2 o'clock at night. But I had to like calm myself, and I eventually got past them. But like, oh god, the buzzing. Ooh, I'm deadly scared of bugs. Like if I see it coming from a distance, like if I see it like 20 feet away, and I see a cockroach, I'm cool. But if I like turn around and there's like a bug like right here, I'll immediately freak out. Like, and I'll have to like calm myself. Yes, Sean. I would use my Blades of Chaos on the director. Just don't touch that game. If you're gonna remake it, why don't you remake Final Fantasies 1 through 5? Like 1 through 5. 1 through 5 would be fine. Hell, I'll take even 6, but like 6 would be a challenge. Like don't just pick like the PlayStation 1 era and on. Like there were so many great Final Fantasy games before that in the 8 and 16-bit era that they would be great for remakes. Describe Goblet of Fire in 2 words. Just okay. You hate bugs? Yes, I hate bugs. What part? The part that freaks you out is the dog maze. No, the dog maze doesn't really scare me all that much because I never get lost in the maze. And then, dogs don't scare me all that much. What's the worst bug you hate the most? Oh, God. Could be like a spider. It could be something that flies. Like something that can come at you. Like, yeah. Do you think you could beat your brother in a fight? This is a joke question. What do you mean by beat? Like, kick his ass? I don't know. I don't know. That's not a question I would dwell on. It's kind of a pointless question. I would like to see a remake of 6, but not in the style of 7 remake. Yeah, I mean, if they want to remake 6, I would support remaking 6. 1 through 5 won't be easy to remake. It would be a miracle given how basic. Yeah, well, that's why you upgrade it. You can update the combat. That's why. I mean, it's because those games are basic that you can update them. That's the point. You got jump scared multiple times in the dog maze. Nah, that never happened with me. Because I've played that game so many times, I know exactly where they'll come. I know exactly how to trigger them, so that never bothered me. Whose 2 superpowers would I want? Mind reading and teleportation. That's what I want. I wouldn't mind seeing an older Final Fantasy game get remastered 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's a great idea. I would absolutely support that. All right, I'm all caught up on questions, so. Don't worry. I'm just downloading the. I'm just making sure the surprise game is working. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. You look very tired today. Well, I've been up since 8, just kind of working on videos and working on scripts and just working on a whole bunch of damn things. Do I like Dragon Quest? I'm not a big fan of it, but I've played some Dragon Quest games. How is my day going? My day is going. It's okay. I don't have work, so that's a plus. Why mind reading? I don't know. I think being able to read people's minds would be a useful talent. Favorite South Park character? Butters. Have I seen The Rocketeer? Yes, I have. Damn, this game looks good. Okay. Well, then, duel on Esper, Rap. No, I'd be a legitimately mind reader. What's the most overrated Final Fantasy character in my opinion? Sephiroth. I do think Sephiroth is a bit overrated. What the heck? Okay. Okay, hang on. Have I seen the sequel to Starship Troopers? I saw the first sequel and it wasn't very good, but I kind of figured it's a great movie, but I just never thought it would. I never thought it would actually. Okay. Okay. Alright, game's working just fine. Okay. Brian, if you could choose one X-Men character, who would I want to be? Professor Xavier. I don't have to know everything. What's my favorite Disney movie franchise outside of Toy Story? Atlantis. Have I seen Alvin and the Chipmunks? Yes, but I'm not really a fan of the live-action versions. How is Sephiroth overrated? Sephiroth is overrated because they built him up so high and he really isn't all that great. He's not that hard to take down. And then they keep overusing him. Look, I love One Wing Angel, but like there are better themes. I just think Sephiroth is overrated. And he's in everything. I agree. The long-haired male mama's boy is overrated. Everyone knows it's Butters. That's me. What's my favorite gun in Halo? Probably the pistol, I'd say. What's my favorite Simpsons character? Bart. Dancing Mad over One Wing Angel. I mean, they're better. They're better themes. Like, Like if I'm thinking soundtrack wise, I wouldn't even put 7 in like my top 5 favorite Final Fantasy soundtracks. Like it wouldn't even be in that. Brian, I would choose Dark Phoenix because she isn't just mind reading, she is unpredictable. Okay. Mine would be Battle Rifle. For me, it's Zack. We have the same opinion, favorite Simpsons character. Okay. My issues with Sephiroth is his insanity just seems out of nowhere. You don't go from level-headed to complete nut job overnight because I was made in a lab. Yeah, you could say that. I mean, from the few examples we have gotten from Sephiroth before the Nibelheim incident, there's no indication that he's ever unstable or crazy. There's no indication of that. So, and it like I would say like people like to complain about Anakin's turn to the dark side. That took place over years. Sephiroth, that just kind of seemed like it all happened in an instant. Like you just flipped a switch and he's suddenly crazy. So I agree. So I know you hate Tom Holland's Spider-Boy, but what do you think of him as Peter Parker? I don't have really an opinion because I don't remember him as Peter Parker. It's been so long since I saw that first Spider-Man movie. I don't even remember what it was called. That I have no memory of it. I've erased his performance as whatever character. I don't even remember it. I haven't seen an MCU movie in God years. What's my favorite TV show? I don't have one. Which fake character would I like to own a figure of? I wouldn't want one. You have a question. You have question. I would have Sephiroth question himself and go into exile instead. That doesn't really seem like his style. Which Final Fantasy game would you like to see a movie of, like Advent Children? No. I would not like to see that. That is an awful idea. Hey, what's up, Zach Tarp? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Do you remember Operation Raccoon City? Yes, I do remember that game. It was awful. I may have rented that game, but it wasn't very good. Yeah, I don't remember it being very good. How is it an awful idea? It's just an awful idea because you can't really expand stories like that into movies. What Final Fantasy game? It's just not a good idea. Because the problem with making those into movies is that you can't really make them for wider audiences. Like if you tried to show someone Advent Children, unless you played the game, you wouldn't know anything about that. If you didn't play the Final Fantasy 15 game, you wouldn't understand the movies. The problem with movies like that is that they can't stand on their own, and that's a bad way to make a movie. I mean that can be good for the fans, but I'm a firm believer that a good movie is something that anyone can watch and enjoy. You pop those movies on to someone who knows nothing about these franchises, they're going to be completely lost. And that's a bad way to make a movie. They're just not going to get it. Ryan, would you like to start watching soccer games live? No, I would not. I'm not a soccer fan. What some plushes you got? I mean, I got like Lugia, I got like Chikorita, I got like Aloy, like I think I got like maybe 2 more, but they're like off the top of my head. Would you prefer to live in Gotham City? Would I like to live in Gotham or a city where Autobots and Decepticons? So you asking me, would I rather live in Gotham or would I rather live on Cybertron? I would live in Gotham because I would get the hell out the first day I got there. I would spend a day in Gotham and then leave. Like just because I live there doesn't even have to stay there. How would I fix Operation Raccoon City? I wouldn't make it. I would have made Advent Children a game myself. You couldn't make that a game. There's not enough content. I don't think they should even attempt to make that into like some DLC. Like that's an awful idea. And you can't even, and heck, with how they've messed up the Final Fantasy VII story, you can't even tell the Advent Children story. Like they've changed too much. Like Advent Children just could not happen in the storyline that they're telling, and perhaps that's for the best. Would you cook with Guy? I don't even know who the hell that is. What's the saddest death scene I've seen in a game? Saddest death? Probably the boss. That one was pretty cool. Pretty sad. And the game doesn't end until you pull the trigger. I think there's like a time limit till the game actually like does it itself, but like the game doesn't end until you pull the trigger and kill the boss. So the fact that you have to end the game, you have to choose to end the game, is pretty impactful. Brian, you are awesome. Thank you, Black Fleck. You're too kind. Arkham or Metropolis, which is more dangerous? I would say probably Arkham. Metropolis has Superman, but like some crazy stuff could happen. I wouldn't want to live in either one. It's like Arkham, I'd spend like a day in Metropolis. It'd be like if something big happened, I think Superman could handle it unless it's like Doomsday or something. Batman might have some problem. And here's something you don't think of. How come all these criminals do all this stuff at night? Like what about all the crime that happens during the day? Like I know that a lot of crime happens at night. Like what's gonna happen if all this crime starts happening if Joker and all these villains start doing their stuff during the day? Like is Batman gonna come out? Like Batman operates at night, so you hardly like even in the movies, it's like you never saw Batman during the day in other Tim Burton films. He never came out of the day in Batman Forever. He never came out during the day in Batman and Robin. He never came out during the day in Batman Begins or The Dark Knight. I think the first time we ever see Batman in live action, not including Adam West, operate during the day is in The Dark Knight Rises. I think that's the first and only time. Like, I don't even think he operates during the day in, like, the Robert Pattinson Batman film. I think it's purely at night. Please, they milk the series. Yeah, I agree, D. I agree. Stop milking this franchise. Make new games. Do you think Maxie, Zeus, and Ratcatcher would be decent bosses if they appeared in Arkham Knight? Maybe. I mean, depends on how you present them, to be fair. Do you think Superman would team up with a Jedi? What are they doing? Why would he need to team up with a Jedi? I mean, that's weird. Like don't mix Star Wars and comic books. That's just too many rules. Batman at night, the police at day. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure if Bane started blowing buildings up during the day, I don't think the police could do much. Well, they do at night because they might have stealth. Well, who needs stealth? If I want to blow up a building, I'm going to do it during the day. I mean, who cares if I do it at night? Like, who cares? Like, here's the thing. If you do it during the day, you probably have a much higher rate of killing more people. Because at night, people go home. So if I'm going to attack a building, I'm not going to wait at night when there's, like, maybe just a skeleton crew. I'm going to do it when there's, like, the most amount of people there, so I have maximum impact. Like, that's what yeah. Well, they do it at... There's only one episode of Batman Animated where Batman fought during the day. I didn't know that. Favorite Batman quote? I'm Batman. I mean, can't really go wrong with that. Yeah, it's kind of going kind of slow. We got 30 minutes left. What's my favorite Sega video game system? I think I did a ranking video on this. I think I said my favorite was the Genesis. I think the 16-bit Genesis. I think that's the one I like the most. I would say. Favorite Joker actor, Heath Ledger. So Zach wants to know, so how fast do you think Superman would clean up any virus stuff in Resident Evil? Pretty quickly. I mean, what's going to stop him? Like, really, what's going to stop him? What in Resident Evil could realistically contend with Superman? Nobody. That's why you don't mix them. It's a bad idea. Why did Sega fail? Because Sony killed it. And they weren't smart enough to build a DVD player into their Dreamcast. And they made too much product and weren't selling enough systems. and they didn't have a strong enough library of games, or at least that's what they said in the G for Icon episode going over the Sega Dreamcast. I mean, like that's apparently what happened is that it. I mean, once the PlayStation 2 came out and it had a DVD player, people just weren't interested in the Dreamcast, and it was more powerful. So I mean that's why I think it failed. But heck, it became a software company, so Sega technically didn't fail. It's still going. It's just not in the hardware. It's in the software. What if they remade God of War? I don't know. I strongly believe they would not even think about that because there's no point. The first 3 God of War games represent that particular era in Kratos' life. There's no point in remaking it. So I'm fairly certain that Santa Monica Studios under no condition would consider it. Did you know that Seagates is played? No, Black Wolf, I did not know that. Do you think Nintendo's next console will be a success? I don't know, why wouldn't it be? I mean, just make a better version of your Switch and you should be fine. I mean, I think they learned their lesson from the Wii U, so just make a souped up Switch and you should be fine. Have it be backwards compatible so we can still play our Switch games on the Switch 2, and, you know, I think you'll be okay. That's interesting. So, who do you trust more at keeping peace in the galaxy? Someone like Samara or a Jedi Knight? I don't even know. I don't even know how to answer that because neither one of them could impact an entire galaxy by themselves. Sagat is the mascot for Sega Saturn. I think I saw a video about him on Death Battle, but like I don't know him. What planet in Mass Effect would I live on? None. I can't. I wouldn't live on a planet. I'd live in the Citadel. Yeah, no planet. I can't think of a planet. Like, I'd stay on the Citadel. I wouldn't pick a planet. What Disney World would I like to live in? Atlantis. But it's not really a world, it's like a place. Why can't you give Spider-Man 1 a 10 out of 10? It's not a 10 out of 10. I don't know. It's just there's just something about it that's just slightly off. It's still great. It's still my favorite Spider-Man game of all time, but I don't think it's 10 worthy yet. If they had done the second one right, then I think that could have been it, but it's not. Iliv? Okay, I mean, that's fine, Jay. I mean, it's a nice planet. I wouldn't want to live on it. Why live on the Citadel when it's safe to live on Earth because of how Cerberus hit the station? Well, Citadel just seems... The Citadel reminds me a lot of Coruscant. And if I couldn't live on Kamino, I'd want to live in Coruscant. And that's why I would want to live on the Citadel, because it reminds me a lot like it. Earth just seems... At least the bit of Earth we do see in Mass Effect just seems kind of boring. How would I rate Metal Gear Solid 2? I give it like an 8. I think I get like a 7 or an 8. Somewhere between there. I think it depends on my mood. I think an Agent Venom video game would be awesome. I mean, I guess. I don't really know too much about Agent Venom because I haven't read any comic books, but if you say so. What Mass Effect ship would I live on? I would live on the Tempest. Tempest would be my ship. A remastered collection of those old franchises like God of War, Sly, Silent Hill would be nice. The problem is they already did that. Like, all of those games have been remastered before. I don't think they'll do it again. Describe Cyberpunk 2 in 2 words. Delayed greatness. I think delayed greatness is how I would describe it, because in the current state that it was in at release, it was an absolute mess. But if you were to play Cyberpunk 2077 now in its current state, it is an absolute fantastic game. Absolutely. Like, now it's the game that we thought it was going to be at launch. It just took like an extra 2-3 years to get there. Also, Suicide Squad Kill the Joker League is already on live support compared to Marvel's Avengers. I didn't play it. Did Metal Gear Solid 5 ruin the ending of 4? It didn't. It kind of did. But it kind of undid all of the good 4 did. Like, it told the wrong story. And the thing I like about 4 is that it answered all the questions that were answered. And 5 just threw in more questions that would never be answered. So it kind of undid that. What storyline should be Mass Effect 4 take on? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what the direction of where Mass Effect's going to go. I just hope it's good. I've no comprehension of where it could go. I'm not a... Which version of the Normandy is my favorite between 1, 2, and 3? Well, they're all the same. Well, technically, the Normandy in 2 and 3 is the exact same ship. They don't really change it. And it's not... I mean, I guess it's a slight difference between the original Normandy and the one that Cerberus built. It's slightly different. So I guess 2 and 3 because it's literally the same ship. In short, Agent Venom was Peter's old school bully. Yeah, I know Eddie Brock. Yeah, I know who Agent Venom is. I just don't. I don't follow what they have him do. Flash Thompson got the Venom thanks to Operation Rebirth 2.0. I have no idea what that is. I have not read comic books in a very long time, so I know nothing about these comic book storylines. So if you ask me, see you later. Thanks for stopping by, Sean. The old Bioware is gone. I don't have high hopes for their future games. I mean, maybe they'll surprise us. Who knows? There's a lot of developers that I've lost faith in, and they're still around. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll surprise me. It was the next gen version of Project that made Captain America what it is. Again, Zach, you're telling me things I know nothing about, and I'll be fair, I'm not that interested in them. Like, I'm not really the biggest fan of Venom, so I could care less what he's done in the comic books. I don't read them. My knowledge of Venom expands to the animated show in the 2 Tom Hardy films. That is the extent of my knowledge on Venom. I don't know what he's done in the comic books, and I don't really care. And we still got another 20 minutes left. Yeah, I know. I think today's a slow day for everyone. It's cool, fam. We're just here hanging out. It's cool. It's a slow day for everybody. Usually these go by pretty fast, but yeah, I can tell maybe you guys are just being a little slow today, and that's fine. I mean, with how Bruce was in Arkham Knight, I question how did he figure out who the Arkham Knight was? Because he's Bruce Wayne, he can figure out anything. Did you know that a scientifically accurate Tyrannosaurus Rex is even scarier than in genes? It would tear a Spinosaurus from... Okay, I've heard that before, but I'm like, okay. Till Jason showed himself. I'm sure he would have figured it out eventually. Do I like Evil Dead? I haven't seen the first one. I've seen Dead by Dawn and Army of Darkness. I didn't see the remake, and I didn't see the Evil Dead TV show that they had on Stars. I didn't see that, so I guess I like some of it. Hey, what's up, Winter Ghost? How you doing? Have I seen the trailer for Joker 2? No, I did not see the trailer for Joker 2. All I heard was it was a musical, and that was enough for me to say, why are you making a sequel to a great film? Why are you turning it into a musical? I don't like musicals. So that's an instant I will not see this film ever. I think these bastards are getting greedy. You make a low budget Joker film with a minimum bit budget. I mean, I'm curious. What was the budget for the Joker? I know it was really, really low. No, I don't care about that. Okay, so you take us. So the first one was only cost them $60 million, and it grossed over $1 billion. And apparently, this second one has a budget of $200 million, and it's a musical. What the hell are they thinking? Like, is it? Okay, I'm reading an article here. Director Todd Phillips says it isn't a musical as had been rumored, but that music is an essential element. So in other words, you don't know what it is. So I'll wait till it's on television. You can't even tell me what it is. Would I be playing a Resident Evil 5 remake? Maybe. I don't know. Depends on who I'm playing with. Do you have any thoughts on DB Sparkle Zero? No. None. I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it. I have no idea what it is. I have not been following Dragon Ball for a while. So man, think Capcom would do well with CV remake? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Would you like the first era Resident Evil games if they had better controls? Probably. And they weren't fixed camera angles. That's awful. Probably. But they didn't do that. But that's what they wanted to do. Like, that was the biggest enemy in those games. It wasn't enemies. It wasn't the camera. It was the controls. That's what made them unplayable for me. Oh, Code Veronica. Yeah. Don't use abbreviations. Just say what it is. Code Veronica. If they remake Code Veronica, that's a good thing. That's what they should have done before 4. If they remake Code Veronica, I'll give it a shot. To be fair, these remakes have been kind of going in decline. To be fair, like I liked 2 past the first section. 3 felt too short and felt like a DLC. Never gonna touch 4. Maybe they don't want to touch 5. Maybe they'll do Code Veronica. Who knows? If you had a chance, would you want Rocksteady to... No. Do not make another Arkham game. Why? It's done. They're already like 6 Arkham games. We don't need any more. We're done with Arkham. I want to stay as far away from Arkham Asylum or Arkham anything as possible. There are so many other Batman stories you could tell that have nothing to do with Arkham. Do that. You would love to see the old RB games remastered in modern controls. Well, they're doing that now, so they've already done that. I think the only one they haven't done it with is Resident Evil 1, but they already remade that. So I don't think they would want to remake it again. Like what they did with the PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy games? Yeah, I guess something like that. You don't like Resident Evil Remake? It's incredible. I'm glad you like it, D, but I played the demo and I knew I would hate that game. Like, from what I saw, I hated the changes. Combat-wise, didn't feel like Resident Evil 4 at all. The characters were boring. It just was not my Resident Evil. Like, honestly, if I had to give that game a score, had I played it, it would have easily gotten a 4 or 5. And that's being nice. If I'm being like in a bad mood, it would have gotten like a 4 or a 3. But again, these remakes for me have been going in a decline. So you go from a game that's like my number 5 favorite video game of all time to a game that's like I don't even want to touch this game again after the demo. Like the demo put me off. That's all I need. Just play the demo, and that was enough to say, yeah, Brian, you do not want to play this game. I love how we're bringing back demos, because demos were completely absent in the PlayStation 4 era, and like demos were like a big thing during the PlayStation 3 era, which is why that's my favorite era of PlayStation ever. It was because like every major game that I can recall had a demo before it. But what's making them even better now is that if you play the demo and you save your file, if you get the full game, you just continue off from where you ended. Like, I mean, that's why I'm playing the crap out of Stellar Blade. Like, I'm leveling Eve up so much, so like when the final game comes out, like I'm already souped up. I'm sure other people have already done that too. I said remastered, not remade. Well, they already did that. Do you like games remastered or originals? I don't mind them being remastered. I mean, if you just improve the visuals, that's fine. Resident Evil 4 was too perfect to remake. I agree. It should never have been remade. It was not necessary. The playstyle of Resident Evil Remake would have been better for Metal Gear if you think about it. Perhaps. I mean, when I'm seeing stupid shit, well, like Leon deflecting a chainsaw, like how the what? And then he's holding his gun like John Wick, and like he has like no personality, and he looks weird. Now, look, I understand that some people have said, well, it didn't like they didn't like the witty version that we had in 4. And look, that may be true, but like my introduction to the franchise was with that version of Leon. So like as far as I knew, that was the only Leon I knew, and I loved that version. So this remake version of him just did not work at all. It was not fun to play. You know the funny thing? The way John Wick fires his guns, I've never actually seen anyone actually use their gun like that. Ever. Old Leon is fun. New Leon is depressing. Absolutely. He's so... this new Leon is more depressing than the drunk Leon we get in the animated movies. Like, at least I understand why that one is kind of like a drunk and an alcoholic and suffering from PTSD. But, like, this one, it seems like he's always been depressed. Alright, we got 11 minutes left. Well, he went through the ring in RQ, remember? I understand that, but look, Claire came out pretty fine. I mean, Claire's not depressing. Ada depression. I love that the developers are releasing demos. Yeah, I think every game should do that. Give us a chance to test out the game first, then we can bite off that. Have I seen the trailer for Star Wars Tales of the Empire? Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. It's revolved around two characters that are probably one is dead and the other one hasn't appeared again, which means chances are they're already dead. Two characters I generally don't care about. So why would I care? Like at this point, I'm past it. I'm just not interested at all. Thoughts on fruit? I thought you froze for a minute. No. Stream seems to be going just fine. We still got 9 more minutes. I guess we're being a little bit quiet today. We don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. It's incredibly rare I'm this on top of things. Usually, I get like a bunch of good questions that hold me up, and then I have like a long list to keep up to. But no, I've been on top of these questions big time. If you're interested in Stellar Blades Combat, then I highly I won't push my luck. I will not push my luck. I'm only just now starting to get used to Stellar Blade. Let's not try to ruin that. We don't need any old games. Games I don't know anything about. I feel like it's a little too early to remake 5. I agree. Don't remake it. Like if people think that it ruined Resident Evil, then just don't do it. Because how far are these remakes gonna go? Like, are you gonna remake 5? Are they gonna remake 6? Are they gonna remake 7? Are they gonna remake 8? Are they gonna remake 9? Like, how far are these remakes gonna go? And we've heard no announcement on Resident Evil 9 outside of it might be open world, which if it is, then I'm staying the hell away from it. Did I watch the YouTubers vlogging themselves? Who's my favorite? No. The YouTubers I follow, they don't vlog themselves. They talk about specific topics and they stick to it, but they don't technically, in the terms, vlog. So do you think Obi-Wan Kenobi screwed up big time with Anakin? Well, it wasn't really his fault because he wasn't really... Like, put it this way, just Kenobi did the best he could, but he was the Jedi Master Anakin had, but he wasn't the one he needed. I'll put it that way. And we still got 7 more minutes. Ever seen Black Lagoon? I think I have, but I don't remember much. That name sounds familiar, so it may have been something, but I'm not entirely sure. If you had a chance to play any Souls game, what would it be? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. If I do not like Souls games. Period. Do I have a favorite gaming channel to watch? No, not really. I just kind of just watch whatever. The channels that I do attach with the most, they don't upload regularly enough for me to consider them like pure gaming channels. So no, I don't have anyone like that. And they're all like smaller channels. None of them are really big. Okay. Okay. And we got 5 more minutes till the mystery game stream half starts. A lot of people said that before they play any Souls game, they start playing it and then they fall in love with it. Well, I've tried. Am I a gambler? No. No. I am not a gambler of any kind. I do not. I think once, maybe 10 years ago, I tried blackjack a couple times. Maybe I won a hand or two, but it was just kind of whatever. I was only playing with like $5 or $10. You said in one of your streams that you would love to meet your viewers. Yeah, if I could, but like, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I go to conventions and that's about it. But like, the only convention I'm going to this year, I know none of you are going, so like, that would probably be the best way to meet me. And I don't think I have a strong enough following to like go to a convention just to meet people because I don't think anyone would come. Like poker, no, I don't know how to play poker. I only know how to play blackjack, which is like the easiest. But like I don't know anything about poker. I can play solitaire if that counts. You live in another country, so you can't. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because I don't know. I'm playing a. I'd like to play a trip overseas sometime in the next 2 years. I got like 3 trips planned for the year, so that's where my focus is right now for 2024. And we got 3 more minutes. And Alright, we got 2 more minutes. Would you like to see a remake? No. 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 They do not need to remake Super Mario 64. It is perfectly fine the way it is. Yeah, I know they already did it on the DS. I'm aware of that. I already got my copy. So yeah, I'm curious. Does this damn thing even still work? Like, I don't know. I'm not even sure if I have the charger for this anymore. Like, I haven't turned this on and holy hell, it still works. I think this may be the first time I've turned this thing on in maybe 2 years. Holy hell, man, these batteries are incredible. It still has power. It still has like 80% power, it says. Damn, I forgot I had that game. And I gotta say the 3D is actually pretty good. Volume wise, it's I'm really impressed with this. Alright, well, it's been a slow day, but it's 5. Gotta cut the stream, so give me about 5 minutes and then we'll jump onto the mystery game and we'll see how that goes and see how many people show up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully we'll have a much more energy-driven episode next Wednesday. And yeah, just thank you guys for stopping by. So I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes and we'll have a good time streaming online. So until then, I'll see you guys in like 5 minutes.